We just came down Morse Boulevard. Now, if there was a ramp back there, I could have gotten on the Turnpike. I've already traveled 6.3 miles from home, and I have another 5 or 6 miles to go until I can actually get on the Turnpike. That's something to think about when you're heading to Orlando or the airport. You have a little bit of an extra drive. Boy, this area has built up since we've been here. Now, it's the middle of November, and we're parked at a stoplight right at Magnolia Plaza, which was not here when we moved in. Now, the village of Finney was here. That's a couple of miles down the road here. But that was it. All this has built up in the past 3.5 years or so. And it sure was needed by the folks that live down here. We're set to turn on the Marsh Bend Trail. That's going to take us past villages like Linden and McClure, all the way down to Middleton, the new development for families. And then we'll turn left in that area and make our way back to the Turnpike, which we just crossed. You can see the cart path. That's Deluxe over there on the right. And they've put in some beautiful ponds and lakes down here. I've got some friends that fish, and they enjoy fishing these. Although they're only a couple of years old, they've been stocked, and they have bass. Coming up to one of the many roundabouts, 20 miles per hour in the roundabout. This is Corbin Trail here. That would take you back to Longleaf and Loblolly golf courses. They're executives. You could also turn there and go back to the Finney Putt and Play. You know, we've been here almost 4 years and we have not gone to the Finney Putt and Play. All right, we're entering construction zone. You'll see lots and lots of dump trucks if you come through here, moving earth. You think he'll stop? Thank you, sir. Monarch Grove is on our left. You may be able to see the wall there. And then from there on, it's just construction. Now on the right, there's no construction because that is a wooded area that leads back to Coleman Federal Correctional. And that is a federal prison, quite famous. Now, even though a hurricane is forming out in the Caribbean, work is still going on here. You can see all the earth movers, clouds of dust to our left, as far as the eye can see, really. "55 miles an hour through here. For us, this is the quickest way to get to the airport or to get to Orlando. It remains to be seen after all these homes go in, which are thousands and thousands of homes, how congested will this road be and how long will that trip take? We may have to jump on the Turnpike in Wildwood. It'll be a few miles out of our way, but in time it may save us. If you could see off to the left, you could see that a mixture of fog and dust from all the construction. It's very hazy. The village's construction goes on at a rate that I have never seen in my life. And I actually worked in the construction field through college, but I've never seen anything like this. Coleman Correctional still on our right. Can't see it. That wooded tree line shields it. Boy, it's foggy or dirty and hazy and sandy. Up here, the visibility is going to go to very low. And we're in the area of Eastport, I guess. And across the way there will be Middleton. That's where the new high school is being built. It's pretty close to being finished, I think. See the dump trucks? One after another. If I turn just slightly to the right, you can see the construction going toward that high school. I'm going to turn left here. There's quite a lot of traffic. Here we go. Now from here, I'd say we have 3 or 4 miles until we get to the Turnpike, at which point you merge and you head south. I hope you can see all that fog and dust and dirt. There's a storm rolling in. So why am I going to Orlando? Linda is babysitting. She and her twin sister are teaming up on 5 grandkids this week. And she forgot to take toys to the grandkids. When she sees them, she likes to give them a little goodie. So I'm going to go to the store, see if I can buy some goodies, and surprise her by taking them to the house there. Wow, I think I blamed a lot of this fog on construction when I'm not sure it is, although there's a lot of exposed sand to the left here. As far as the eye can see, that's going to go back toward the Southern Oaks Bridge, Bexley Trail. Yeah, it's a mess right now. It's not a great day to travel to Orlando. The wind's blowing. But I have always been one to try to never let the weather dictate what I do. Back in Indiana, I love to get in the car and go out during a snowstorm or ice storm. I was one of the idiots that the weatherman told to stay home, but instead I went out. In fact, one time when the boys were very young, we actually got stuck, and I had to hike a couple of miles to get somebody to help us. Lots of construction, I told you. Amazing. I don't love driving in Florida. You know, you get out on the Turnpike and you could be going 70 miles an hour and cars will pass you like you are standing still. In fact, I've had cars pass me on the shoulder at incredible rates of speed. That's what contributes to the Florida man myth. Or is it a myth? I see birds out flying, some buzzards back there trying to hold their own in this big wind. Animals are cool. They know when a real bad storm's approaching and they'll take shelter. We're getting pretty close to the Turnpike. As we enter Lake County, the sign says. I can see the turnpike up ahead. When you have an SUV or a minivan, boy, when the wind hits the side of those, it really gives them a little push. I hope the wind's not too bad on the turnpike. All right, getting ready to get on the turnpike, heading to Orlando. From my home, it has taken me 12.8 miles to get to this point. We have an automatic transponder that the tolls read on the way through here. To get to the airport and back is about $11 and change, and it goes up a little bit every year. Speaking of going up, I was at Walmart yesterday, and I used to like to get those little pies. Have you ever seen those little cherry pies and little pecan pies, or little peach pies, little apple pies? I'm getting hungry just talking about them. They're 50 cents. They're delicious. But I went in yesterday, they were 74 cents. That's almost a 50% markup. 50%! I didn't get any. So this is how I roll. I'm heading down the I call it an interstate. It's the Florida Turnpike. The best way to go. Hopefully I'm not going to run into traffic. I'm going to make a stop at Bass Pro or somewhere like that and try to find some goodies for the kids. I'm going to stop at Disney Springs and maybe find some goodies for me and Linda. And then I'm going to head over to the house and surprise the youngins and Linda. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the travel down Morse Boulevard to Warm Springs Road, to Marsh Bend Trail, and now to the Turnpike. Exiting the Turnpike on the way home.
In 0.2 miles, keep left onto County Route 470. Keep left onto County Route 470 and then turn left.
On the way home, just got off the Turnpike. Thought we would try to video it coming back in. Remember, on the way out, it was so dusty and windy. We've had quite a bit of rain since then. It's been about 5 hours ago. So we will go back, give you a look from this vantage point. We're on County Road 470, just about to cross back over the Turnpike. Now, if we continued straight on this past Marsh Bend Trail, we would come to the official entrance of Coleman Correctional and the entrance to the New Villages High School. I'm not sure exactly where that is. You can see a lot better visibility on the way back here. That wind was really whipping that sand up, and it was a little bit foggy. And we're coming in on 470, and right up here on the left is where the electric trucks from all over would stage to be ready for the event of a hurricane. And we have a hurricane brewing out in the Caribbean. I don't think we're going to get hurricane force winds here, knock on wood. And the public service electric trucks are not staged. We're approaching the construction zone up ahead, and I see there is some dust a-rolling. I see some of those dump trucks rolling too. This stoplight is fairly new to let that construction traffic in and out of this road safely. Those trucks are loaded down with sand, moving it from one location to another, probably dug some ponds, probably retention ponds. The amount of earth they move is incredible here. But yeah, I'm looking back to the right here, and I can see a lot of dust. Not as bad as this morning, though. The sign says road work ahead. Yeah, that's the thing about Florida. As I look over, very little grass, sand everywhere you look. Sandy soil. They say all of that will be homes before too awful long. This road's going to need some major upgrades. Probably going to have to be widened. It's definitely going to have to be smoother than this. And this is probably actually temporary. They're probably going to redo the whole thing. This is for sure a temporary section right here. It used to go straight. Wow, look at all those white birds. Wow, looks like a moonscape. Boy, the visibility right there is very minimal. Look at this. Now, that's not fog, that's just dust. And this is where we turn right. Marsh Bend Trail. Been renamed within the last year or two. And we're heading back toward Marsh Bend, the village. We're going to pass by, as we did earlier, Linden, Monarch Grove, McClure, DeSoto. And although we won't pass through Finney, Finney's not far away. Off to the left is the prison I mentioned earlier. I would imagine the homes near here are getting a healthy supply of dust. That would absolutely drive a good homemaker crazy. One day we counted the dump trucks we encountered along here, and I think it was around 25 or 30 in a 10-minute span. One question a lot of people raise is, with all this building, is it going to affect the water supply? I've asked some people that are supposed to know these things, and they say no, that there is ample water supply for all. Let's just hope they're right. So again, we're traveling on Marsh Bend Trail, parallel to the Coleman Correctional Federal Complex. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon. Time has changed, and so it gets dark earlier now. You can see houses up ahead. That would be Monarch Grove. And not much dust up here at all. .45-mile-an-hour speed limit. And just to orient you, as we go by the Monarch Grove entrance, this roundabout up here, if we went 3/4 of the way around it, we would be on Corbin Trail. And that will lead back to Loblolly and Longleaf golf courses and the Putt and Play. There's also a dog park and an archery range. And here we are looking straight ahead at the Everglades Recreation Center. And Magnolia Plaza will be on the left. Linden Isle on the right, surrounded by a really nice body of water, which reminds me I need to go fishing. I hope you like this look. Thanks for riding along with me. As Linda always says, until next time, see you when you get here.